What's up, guys? Welcome to this video. I wanted to make this Janna support guide because I think Janna is the best support right now. I do think Soraka is pretty good too, but she's not the best. She's probably around number 2. So let's jump right into Masteries. So you're going to want to run 18 in Cunning and 12 in Resolve, taking Wanderer, Secret Stash, Meditation, Bandit, Intelligence, and most importantly, Wind Speaker's Blessing. Your heals and shields are 10% stronger. Additionally, your shields and heals on other allies increase the resistance by 15% for 3 seconds. This is absolutely OP during every stage in the game, whether it be laning phase or late game. It's so strong. Then in Resolve, you're going to run the Recovery for the health regen, Tough Skin for a little bit of bulk and lane, Runic Armor, and Insight. It's everything you need. For runes, I like to run Flat AP Quints, Flat Armor Seals, Flat Magic Pen Reds. You can run attack speed or attack damage reds. It depends on your playstyle. And then for blues, I suggest you run flat AP blues, but I prefer scaling. It's up to you though. Alright guys, so for your items, for Janna support, you're going to want to go ahead and start Spell Thief's Edge. It'll give you a lot of mana regen, damage and gold, 3 health potions, and the Warding Totem. On your first or second back, you're going to want to be able to get your Frost Fang, and then build up to your, get your Sight Stone altogether. And buy a Vision Ward. It's very important that you have Vision Ward so you can get ganks and break enemy wards. It helps out your team a lot. In the mid game, make sure you pick up your boots, upgrade your Frost Fang into your Frost Queen's Claim, and then upgrade your Sight Stone into Ruby Sight Stone. It gives you a lot more wards. And then once you do this, you can go ahead and pick up the Sweeper. The sweep, once you get your Ruby Sight Stone, I suggest selling out your Warding Totem, getting the Sweeper, because you'll already have enough wards. So this will help you control the enemy vision by destroying their wards. So as you can see, you have 3 full items, and then in the late game, I suggest you picking up Mikhail's Crucible and Ardent Sensor, picking out whichever one first, which you feel like is more important. If they have a lot of CC, like an Amumu or something, and they keep getting on your AD carry, get Mikhail's first, because it'll give them a little heal, plus it'll remove all debuffs and stuns and stuff off them instantly. Absolutely instantly, plus it gives you mana regen and some cooldown. Ardent Crescent gives you cooldown as well. And it gives you ability power, and it's super OP. It gives you movement speed, and it makes your shields and shit give your ally who use it on extra damage and grants them attack speed and stuff. It's super OP. So as you can see, you got your 5 core items. You're going to want to build these most of the time. And then also as well in the late game, make sure you get your boots of mobility. Those are very important. It gets you around the map. And most of the time, since you're not attacking anything anyways, you're going to have your full speed. And so for your last item, your 6th item, I suggest choosing from one of these. If you're going to get Majias, because you feel like you're stomping a lane and you're going to get a ton of free stacks, I suggest you picking this up before you finish your Frost Queen's Claim or getting your Ruby Sightstone. But if it's just kind of like a normal laning phase for your 6th item, if they have a lot of AP, get Locket or Spirit Visage, depending on what you feel would be better. If they have a good mix of AP and AD, I suggest getting Zeke's. And if they have a lot of AD, get Frozen Heart. That's it for items. Let's jump into some gameplay. Alright, so when you start out with Janna in lane, you're always going to want to start your shield unless you invade, in which case it's a toss-up between Tornado and shield, but 99% of the time you're going to want to start shield. It gives you a ton of sustain in lane. You can soak up a lot of damage. When you're level 2, you're going to want to pick up your Tornado. Whenever you're using your shield, try to use it to whenever they throw out damage, then you use it. Don't use it preemptively. Use it to counteract. So when they throw out a spell or an auto attack or something, then you use it and then you fight them back. So that way they wasted those auto attacks, so you guys just damaged it with your spells and auto attacks. And meanwhile, you didn't really take any damage. You can also use it to just block turret shots or whatever. Plus, it gives a lot of AD. So I suggest maxing your shield first, then your Tornado, and then your Zephyr. Your Tornado, because it's nice to get those knockups more often, and your Zephyr, it can be nice to max second because it gives you so much movement speed, but I usually go max my Tornado first. It's personal preference, though. But maxing your shield first is not personal preference. Whenever you're in a fight, try to line up your Tornado to where it'll hit both of them or hit the majority. If not, just try to use it to where it'll get you out of a sticky situation. I suggest putting all of your spells on Smart Cast on Janna and setting a button on your mouse or your keyboard to automatically cast a shield on yourself. Because when they're focusing you down and you need to click it quickly before the damage hits you, it's nice to have it on your mouse or your keyboard. And once again, whenever you're getting ganked like this, try to line up your Tornado to where it hits the maximum number of people. I would have hit in all 3, but Ezreal flashed. And then this is just mechanics of dodging. I dodged a few different skill shots. That's just practice. And it's honestly quite easy with Janna since you're moving so quickly. We easily turn this around and we pick it up the kills. I do go ahead and shield Vayne here to give her a little bit extra damage. I probably should have saved it for her. I didn't think she was going to go into the turret, but she did anyways. We did pick up the kill, and it was worth since he did have blue buff. They did lose the blue buff, and we picked up 3 kills. Janna can be somewhat complicated. When you first start out on her, it might look a little like this. You might mistime your shield and not really block the initial damage. You'll probably end up missing your tornado, but just stick with it. You'll get better at her, learning her patterns and how to land your stuff and recognizing different situations. And another thing, whenever you're getting dived, don't panic. Wait until they're about jumping on you and then ultima away. Here, I freaked out and I ulted while Fizz was in the middle of his E. It just completely blew it. You got to think about these kind of things and not panic and use your spells correctly. Once you get a little bit better with Janna, so after a couple of games, you might look something like this. You'll be setting up your tornadoes. You might land them, you might not. You'll be shielding on yourself and harassing, trying to get some harass down. You'll probably end up winning lane. Even against Soraka, in my experience, Janna beats Soraka every time. I've never lost to a Soraka, not even once as Janna. I played like 8 games against Soraka as Janna. It's really, really strong. We go ahead and pick up a kill, and Mastery comes in for a gank, and this is the beginner mistake. Don't panic. When Mastery doesn't have any damage right now, I still have my shield. I knew I had my shield, and then I ulted him away. If I hadn't even ulted, we still would have picked up the kill. I panicked a little bit and I ulted him away. Just don't panic, play smart, and you and your AD carry will end up victorious. Once again, like you saw there, getting a little bit better at landing my shields. They shot at Tristana. I immediately throw my shield on her and it blocks all the damage. They get caught out a little bit. I throw my tornado out in front of him in case he flashed forward. He didn't flash, instead he stayed in one spot and he died anyways. Whenever you're 3-on-1 like that, throw your tornado out in front of them. Because if he would have stood still, he would have died anyways. You can start roaming at some point. You can set up tornadoes, try to anticipate, pick up some free kills for your laners. It's a little bit difficult and you have to get lucky, but you can pick up some easy kills doing it. The enemies will underestimate your tornado, and since they will, you can pick up a lot of free kills. Make sure whenever you drop your shield on somebody, throw it on the person who's after lane phase. Throw it on somebody to either save their life, but mainly you're going to want to use it to throw it on your AD carry to give them extra damage and to stop them from dying. And in this situation, this is another situation where you can use your ult to just come up behind the enemies, blow them into your teammates. Your ult really has 3 practical purposes. You can use it to... Hold on, before I explain that, Janna is incredibly fast because of her Zephyr. It scales and gives her more movement speed. Plus, since you're running boost mobility, you can pretty much chase down anyone. Plus, with your upgraded Frostfang, with its passive, you can just completely destroy. Once you start getting more comfortable, you can start doing cooler stuff, flashing, shielding, ulting. A little bit more important. Janna, you'll find once you start to get the hang of her and you know when to use her abilities, you'll find you'll start to completely stomp a lane. And the enemies in mid lane game won't be able to touch your AD carry or your carries because of your shield and your ult. They simply won't be able to get to them. This is another example of just how fast Janna is. You can just chase people down. You're going to throw out your Zephyr to slow, throw out your tornado. And you're just so fast. And plus with your passive, with your teammates following up behind you, they get 8% extra movement speed, which is absolutely insane. So it just really works out nicely. Another thing to note is that Janna can set up baits really well because you're super fast and enemies will underestimate just how fast you are. Also with your shield, you have a lot of health, so even if it does get a little bit sticky, you can always just shield yourself like you see here and just pick up some free kills. It's really that easy. Just land your tornado, your slow, and shield, and you'll be fine. Once you're fed in lane, all you really have to do is drop the shield on your AD carry. They won't be taking any damage. Plus your shield is giving them bonus AD, and you're so fast that usually your AD carry will be behind you unless it's someone like Vayne, and then they'll be moving really fast as well. So it just picks up lots of free easy kills where your AD carry is really not in any harm's way. That's why Janna is so great. It gives your AD carry so much extra damage. You kite for them so well, and with the patches, you're absolutely OP because AD carries have been buffed so much that if you can keep your AD carry life for a little bit longer and in the battle, you easily just won the team fight. And like you saw there, I set up another gank with my tornado. The enemies will, like I said, when they try to come on your AD carry, especially when they're focusing your AD carry, just drop the shield on your AD carry. You'll have plenty of health. And if the enemies get a little bit too close, just throw down your ult. Your AD carry can stand in it. It'll blow the enemies out, and your AD carry will have plenty of health. Like you see here, we pick up 3 kills. And then we're going to chase down Ezreal. I'm going to flash the wall, throw out a tornado, and pick up the 4th. So we just turned that 2v4 into a 4 quadra kill. So that's pretty sweet. And like I've said, your shield is super OP. That's why you're going to max it first. Massive shield on your AD carry. And they just simply won't be able to do much, especially with a character like Janna. Once you get ahead, they can't touch your AD carry because your AD carry is already going to be fed, plus you're such an OP support. This clip is really funny to me. Just look at it. I shield Vayne. It gives her the extra attack damage, and she kills Gnar in straight up 3 auto attacks. That's absolutely incredible. Janna pretty much counters any jungler that's melee because they got to get up close. So if you're getting ganked, just throw out your tornado as a knockup. Make sure you shield your AD carry, keep them alive. If you have your ult, it'd be good to use it to get them off and heal you guys. But if you don't have it, it's okay too, because your shield is so strong on its own, plus you're moving so fast that you should be able to get out of the situation. Or best case scenario, like you see here, we can fight it since we are a little bit ahead. We weren't that far ahead at the time, but we were ahead in lane, so we could easily turn that with my shield and CC. And there was a 3v3, and then their Vel'Koz showed up making a 4v3, but we still turned it around. It's really that easy. And as you saw there, if you go back and watch it, Vel'Koz approached. He did have his ultimate, but I had my tornado up, but I did not use it. Because if I used my tornado before he ulted, it would have been a problem because his ult would have probably killed Graves. I believe I mentioned this before, but Janna's ult is really versatile. If you're not really far ahead, I suggest you using it defensively the vast majority of the time. Because when you use it defensively, it's really a massive heal and is underrated. And it pushes all the enemies off of you. But if you're ahead, you can use it aggressively. Like if you're ever behind the enemies and you want to push them into your team, you can do that. Right here, though, I'm very comfortable with Janna at this point. I just come in, I shield, I let Lee Sin jump to me. I stop Fizz's Q mid-dash with my tornado because I timed it perfectly. I come back, I shield, Fizz underestimates my shield like all your opponents will do, and you pick up free kills. That's about it, guys. Once you get comfortable with Janna, like you see there, you're going to pick up lots of free kills. You're going to set up lots of good situations for your teammates, and they're going to love you for it. Just going back over what we said a little bit, start shield, then get your tornado level 2, then Zephyr, then max your shield first, then max your tornado, then Zephyr. Try to use your ult defensively to push them off your AD carry. Try to time your shields in lane to block damages and give your AD carry some extra damage. And that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this Janna support guide. I hope you get out there and use her. I think she's really strong. And yeah, best of luck.